Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Art Nouveau by Matt Myers. Matt Meyer? Is it Meyer or Myers? Myers. If we can focus that, you can see it. Nouveau, like go, I think is how somebody told me. Supportive Oracle Cards. Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. That way you have the proper spelling and information if you'd like to find any of these artists or stuff they do. The Art Nouveau one, this is from 1989. In case that matters. Just saying it's not a newer deck. I just love it. That's why I use it. Sagittarius. You got a bunch of cards popping right off. They're trying to wait you out. What are they trying to wait you out about? Okay. Now, coming into this situation, you've got forgiveness, soulmate, and passion. Soulmate. So, the way that energy feels for me, how does that feel? Let's just do the soulmate card by itself. Because I wanted to say stalemate for some reason. But I'm getting like there's a connection with this person. There's somebody that you recognize them. Just something about them, you just feel very drawn to them. But with a soulmate energy, and I've said this in the Pisces when I think too, if it's legitimately the soulmate, I feel like that's a rare thing. And typically you're with this person on the other side for the rest of eternity. So for them to create bliss here on Earth is not really necessary. If your legitimate soulmate comes in, they're probably going to drive you crazy because you won't walk away from them and they'll force you through some tough lessons. So I am kind of getting that type of feel here where there's somebody that you're getting along with better, but they always seem to just drive you cuckoo. You seem very connected to them. You seem to feel like you're really supposed to be around them, but they just pull these left-right turns and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, they just do weird things that just throw your life up in a tizzy, and you're just kind of like, how could they do that to me? Yet you feel very connected to them at the same time. It's very conflicting. And then you got the passion card. Like, you very much like being around them, but still, like, I could think of a person, like, she used to have a really close friend, sort of, who would just seem to be the greatest person, and then when she least expected, that person would pull the rug out from under her. And I feel like this is the same type of thing. Like somebody you're very close to, you get along with very well, but every now and then they just whip that rug out from under you and you end up on the top of your head on the floor, like what just happened? The current energy with this, well, when this starts off, this person is trying to move on from that energy. They're honestly trying to connect with you in a better way. They're trying to make things good. The release is like they're trying to let go of pain from the past, like maybe some things have gone a little wonky between the two of you, but they think things are going to go better from this point forward. I also feel like this is a person who doesn't understand how things get so out of balance. They don't really seem to connect themselves as the reason things go out of balance. They might be actually pushing that blame towards you. They just don't see it that way, which is, it is what it is, but the fact that they're not really understanding the situation for the problems, because I feel like you look at them like, hey, I think everything's fine, and then you pull a left turn, and then I don't know what just happened. I end up on my face. And they're kind of like, well, yeah, but you did that, and you did this, so that's why I did that. So that's why things happen. And you're kind of like, that doesn't make sense. The two of you don't agree about what goes wrong. That's what I'm just trying to say. So it's not about blaming anybody. It's just like, you don't understand why they do what they do. They don't understand why you do what you do. You seem to get along very well, and then all of a sudden things go, and then they go well again, then they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth is what I'm getting here. I think that's very important for you to realize, though, that this other person just doesn't seem to understand why things get out of whack either. Because I feel like you're just as confused as they are. It's just the way your energies work. They just seem to double back on yourselves, and I just feel like things get really... They just don't seem that... You might understand it, but they don't understand it. How's that? They don't understand it. They just don't get it. I just feel like they don't. You try to work to make things better, but you're also questioning at the same time, when you work to make things better, does it even matter? Because whatever you're doing to make things better, in the long run, it could actually double back on you in the end. And with this person especially, you're just like, I don't know about this. Trying to go into this again, trying to make things right again. You seem very drawn to this person, but at the same time, you're like, I really shouldn't be, but yet here I go. You got the Page of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, which is the Knight of Staves in this situation, this card. That's strength. Yep. You're forcing yourself to do this again. You've done this with this person a few times, is what I'm getting. But you're kind of like, all right, maybe this time it'll work out. Maybe this time we'll be fine. Completion is popping up. Now, these are just oracle cards, so there's no... Completion is like, you're trying to make things better. You're trying to do things better and connect with this person. You want to be around this person. They seem to step back for a while. It does say completion, but I don't think it's permanent. Kind of like they're stepping back, and when they step back, you're kind of like, you know what, maybe that is for the best. When that happens, you've got Workaholic, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. You take your energy, you apply it elsewhere. Literally could be a job, could be something else. You take your energy, you apply it somewhere else. If you keep in motion, you don't have to think about it. Eight of Cups is telling me you may be enjoying life, but when it comes to this person, they have broken your heart. The Three of Swords is telling me on the outside you may look like you're fine. On the outside you may not even talk about what's going on with this other person here to other people. You may just keep it to yourself. But deep down, it does hurt you that they did this, and now they're walking away. You were trying to improve things again, and they just kind of walked away and said, I'm done. Even though you thought maybe that is for the best, it still breaks your heart that it happened. While this is going on, they seem to be connecting with someone else. There's a weird energy here. I feel like this energy you're dealing with, they go a few different directions at once. I feel like they do a lot of different things. They go a lot of different ways. They've got the Two of Cups, but they got trickery with the, is it the Five? It's the Two of Wands. They find somebody else who agrees with them. But when I'm getting the trickery is like what they agree with them on is not probably the best things. This is one of those things where you have kids that are playing pranks on each other, and sometimes they gang up and they play pranks on somebody else together, but then they play pranks on each other. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. They find somebody else who's more agreeable to their energy, and they seem to get along very well with that, with the Two of Cups. The King of Coins is here, which is telling me this could be a bigger problem. This is an interesting thing. The King of Cups, I'm feeling the King of Cups is not cups, it's coins. King of Coins, can't deal with the sea apparently. King of Coins, King of Pentacles, we're going to say King of Earth, just to get around it. There we go. This connection, this bonding with this person that they're doing, that's getting very tight. I feel like it reminds me of the movie Gremlins, when all those little monsters kind of band together and they go after the little fuzzy, pretty, cute one. I kind of feel like that's going on here. Be careful, because I feel like that movie Gremlins, like the gremlins are banding together. They mess with each other, but they love to mess with somebody else. They band together to mess with somebody else. Because Temperance in the Four of Pentacles is telling me, after a while, they're going to get kind of bored with messing with each other. And they're going to try to find a common goal or a common person to kind of gang up on. They're going to come towards you. This energy, when this returns back, there's going to be a second person, at least one other person. And when they come back, it looks like they're trying to include you in something. Like this person's kind of like, oh, I missed you. I haven't seen you in a while. We should do some things together. Oh, and here's my new friend. I thought you should meet them too. You have hope here. The Star card is like you don't understand the connection with this friend or this person. You don't understand how that person really locks in or connects in here. The Star card is telling me you're hopeful. You are very hopeful, and you're thinking, well, I miss this person. I'd like them back in my life. Hopefully, maybe things can go better now. There's another person involved here. So maybe that'll help mediate the situation out. Maybe this third person can be a non-biased person and help us, get along better. You have good energy going towards it. I'm getting don't do this. I'm getting don't do this. The Nine of Cups is with those other people. Whoever these two people are coming towards you, they're very bonded and enjoying the situation. And I feel like their chaotic energy is going to come towards you. And I feel like you might, there's two adults on this side, there's a child on this side. You're playing the part of the child. You're kind of subject to what they give you. They seem to have more fun with each other. And then they just kind of use you for their entertainment. Be careful with that. How far the situation goes, it's a general read, but I'm getting the Magician with the Vanity card. There's a lot of craziness going on here. I feel like things are going to be very, I want to say confusing. When I'm getting Vanity with the Magician, it's kind of like things go a little crazy, but then somebody cleans up the mess before it gets too bad. And I just feel like it feels like a very toxic. It feels very toxic to me. It could be it could end up being very toxic for you. I'm getting when this person returns back to you with this other energy involved, this is not good for you. I feel like this could pull you into a lot of problems. This could cause a lot of problems for you. A lot of ideas, pulling you into things that you wouldn't normally do. I feel like this reminds me of like somebody in their 30s going, oh, I haven't done that since I was, a teenager or in my 20s. And people are pulling you into some type of activity you haven't done in a long time. And it's not going to have a good outcome. I'm getting this is something to avoid. Look at your history with this person. I feel like that should sum it up. Look at your history with this person. When they bring forth another person into this, it does not make this better for you. Let's put it that way. It's just going to make it worse for you. Be careful. I feel like this has the potential to become very toxic. The point of this reading, if it's hitting with you, is for you to see it before it's a problem, so that you avoid it. They're saying don't get involved with this. Don't do this. It's like an elective. It's like you don't have to do this. And so it's saying, do you really want to? Ask yourself that before you do this. Don't do this. Because I'm getting the energy becomes very chaotic and crazy, and it's almost a little addictive. It's kind of like skydiving, in my opinion. If you do it correctly, it can be fun. But you have some people who are risk takers, and I just feel like the risk taking energy is there. That can end up in devastation very easily. You know what I mean? So be careful. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.